This is Temple Bar Caravan Park, just on the outskirts of Alice Springs, where we're going to stay for the next 3 or 4 nights. We have to go over a creek, a sandy creek, so I'll just swing you out the window rather. It'd be nice to see the river with some water in it. We just wouldn't be able to get out, that's all. Or in. Office just there on the right.
Unpowered grass lights facing the dry creek bed. You probably get a dozen or more caravans. They've got them fairly well spaced.
Powered camping spots along here. What a spectacular back fence. Sometimes you can see rock wallabies up there hopping around and grazing on grass. Flynn of the Inland, 1880 to 1951, founder of the Flying Doctor Service. They cremated him first and then buried his ashes here. The story of the stones. In 1952, the year after Flynn's death, a large round stone was transported from south of Tennant Creek to be used as a marker for his grave. However, that was a stone taken from the Kalu Kalu, or the Devil's Marbles, which is tied to many of their stories, personal names and cultural beliefs. And for over 20 years, its owners, the Indigenous people, pressed for the return of the stone. So eventually it was replaced with another stone, and the original stone was transported back to the Devil's Marbles in its original spot. Flynn's wife is also buried here. We have decided to do the Serpantine Gorge walk. It's about 1.1 kilometres there and 1.1 back. Grade 1 or 2 walk, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Serpantine Gorge. It's quite lovely. No swimming allowed. Simpsons Gap. What a beautiful spot to come and see. Just gorgeous. This telegraph station was the first white settlement in Central Australia, here at Alice Springs. Alice Springs was named after Alice Todd, the wife of Charles Todd. Todd was a South Australian superintendent of telegraphs and given the task of constructing the overland telegraph line. Alice never visited the waterhole that was named after her. In November 1888, the town was named Stewart, which was 3 kilometres from this site. And then it was renamed Alice Springs in 1933. This building here was constructed in 1888. It was the grandest house in Central Australia at the time, but still a far cry from the kind of facilities we consider essential these days. The construction of the overland telegraph line from Port Darwin to Adelaide is recognised as one of the greatest engineering achievements of the 19th century. Life before the overland telegraph line. The Arenti people have been living in this part of Central Australia for tens of thousands of years, long before the arrival of the overland telegraph line. This place was an important site for communication and connection. Alice Springs is not a spring, but a depression in the riverbed where water gets trapped on top of a layer of impervious granite. This red gum is as old as the over telegraphic line, which was built in 1870 to 1872. The overland telegraph line from Port Augusta to Palmerston was 1,668 miles long, took 23 months to build, was completed on the 22nd of August 1872 and cost £338,000. Doris Bradshaw lived at the telegraph station from 1899 to 1908. She wrote in her book Alice, Oh the Line, flour, tea, sugar, tinned goods, medical supplies, blankets and clothing, everything needed for the maintenance of the station came on camels only once a year. This is the site of the original Alice Spring, where that big flat rock is, and then downriver you can see there's some water in the creek, and then up there is the buildings and the telegraph station and the other buildings that supported it. Tropic of Capricorn, Kodak moment. The flies. We've just pulled up on the side of the road at Ryan's well, so we'll go and have a look and check it out. So this well was dug by Ned Ryan's camel party in 1889. So Ryan's well is one of several that the government sank along the overland telegraph line. This is the little tiny town of Aileron. Barrow Creek Telegraph Station, 1872, and is one of only 4 remaining telegraph stations between Port Augusta and Port Darwin. That brick building you can see there is the blacksmith's workshop. This looks like another outer building with a wagon or a dray. The main building is just empty rooms. The outer walls on the main building and the veranda.
Righto. Flies are still here.
They're everywhere, they just breed like flies.
They're still here. We got flies.
And we're going to bring this episode to an end right here at the Devil's Marbles. It's been great wandering through the rocks. Really enjoyed it.
We found the split rock.
We did.
Yeah. They're quite big. It's quite surprising. The video probably didn't do them justice.
No.
Some of them are the size of a one-storey house and others will be the height of two-storey houses. Righto. Don't forget, like and subscribe up here and down there, whatever it is.
And we'll catch you next week as we head for home.
Homeward bound, back to Queensland.
Yeah. With the flies. See you then.
See yous.